everyone. Hey everybody. So this is gonna be episode 2. Um so as you can see, I'm in my backyard kinda. um so I wanted to do this episode before McKenna got here, so I was gonna go to the studio, but having some joint issues. Um, so getting up and moving around um, wasn't as easy today as some days. So I'm doing this episode here. Um, so episode 2 is going to be about um, basically mental health issues. Um, so um, suicide, depression, anxiety, all kinds of stuff that has to do with mental health. I'm going to try to make it as quick as possible because I do tend to jibber jabber. um, but this is a serious subject, and I do have some personal kind of history with it. Not me personally with the suicide part, but somebody very important to me. Um, because of respect of everybody involved in the situation and people that it affects, I'm not going to really talk about specifics of who it is and everything. If you know me and you know situation, then you probably can figure it out. But out of respect of people, I don't want to talk about certain things. Now, later on in life, I would love to talk about it. I actually want to start um, like doing some motivational speaking and stuff like that. So I would love to help people, and so much kind of the people that it involves afterwards, if it happens, unfortunately. So anyway, I just want to talk about a little bit of things real quick. Um, and that mental health illness is real, and a lot of people take it lightly or say, it's not real. Um, that, people, oh, you'll be fine, get over it. Um, you know, just do something that makes you happy, or, just count to 10 if you're anxious and stuff like that. And it doesn't work that way. I remember one time I said to my own kid, again, not gonna tell you which one, but I said to my own kid, I said, just calm down. And he said, that's like telling an alcoholic not to drink anymore. It's not going to work, right? So, and my kids are all okay. So this isn't about them, just to let you know if you don't know me. So anyway, I haven't been diagnosed with anything. I joke and say I diagnosed myself with adult ADD. If you know me, again, squirrel like everywhere. It's not funny, but it can be funny the things that I may forget or get off topic or something like that. But yeah, it's a real thing. My one son had ADHD, still does, but he's doing great. Asperger's, all kinds of stuff. Um, so firsthand, being a parent, we went through a lot of things, and he is doing fantastic now. He's 18. I'm so proud of him. He actually moved in with his dad almost a year ago, and he's doing so much better. So that's just me being honest, and I'm very proud and I'm thankful that that happened. Anyway, so anxiety wise, I have a lot of friends and people, especially like artistic people and different things that put sometimes, I'm having a panic attack or I'm super anxious or whatever. And people might take that as oh, you're fine again. But, I've had experiences where it was like, well, I just have test anxiety. I've never been diagnosed with anything. But, like, if you don't get help, you can't get diagnosed with anything, right? But I'm sure I'm fine, things only bother me at certain times, and I can control it, thank God. But I had super bad test anxiety that was not under control, to the point where I was at class like 1 or 2 hours after the class was over, and the teacher was so kind to wait with me while I was crying, freaking out. And she said to me, "You're not going to pass." And I said, "What?" And she's like, "Can you even see the paper?" And I'm like, "No." So, you know, that kind of got to me a lot. Now, that was my last semester of nursing school. And I almost quit nursing school 3 times. I feel like I talked about that in one of the episodes, but maybe I didn't. Yeah, I did. But so I almost quit nursing school 3 times, and it got so much, right? It's like too much, and all the stuff with the kids, and I was still working, and that was like the first or second time I tried to quit. But thank goodness I like reeled it in and had people that were supportive that really, told me like, hey, you cannot quit. Don't let the moment, ruin maybe your lifetime. So, making those kind of decisions, like on a spur of a moment, oh, I stubbed my toe. Now I'm going to throw away every shoe I have or something. That's not, definitely not what I'm meaning, but, something like that. Like, don't let those things really define how your whole life is going to be, which is easier said than done, right? And the only reason I say that is because I've been through those things as well. But I want to tell whoever is listening that you are not alone. I'm going to try to be tough and not cry because I always think of the situation that happened with a person that was very important to me. And they always seemed fine. Like, that person was a jokester, right? Like, always joking, was hilarious, like, would make fun of me for fun. I didn't think it was that funny, but other people did. And all that stuff. Like, everything was always okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything was fine, right? And then, until it wasn't. So, nobody could believe that they weren't here anymore. They're like, I can't believe that this happened. But if you really like piece stuff together and you look at it, you're like, oh my gosh, they were really probably miserable, but just didn't want to talk about it, right? We're scared to talk about it or whatever. So I just want to say that if you're a person that has suicidal thoughts in any way, um, if you feel alone, if you feel scared or whatever, or you feel like you can't handle things, please, oh please, oh please, reach out to me. There's a suicide hotline. I'm gonna try to add it. I'm just trying to learn all this technology stuff, but but I'm gonna try to add the number. Please know that you're not alone. Okay, no matter what your situation is. I don't care if you started doing drugs or drinking too much or whatever the case may be. If your family's mad at you or whatever, you're not alone. Okay. You are loved and you're worth it, okay? So, no matter how you're feeling, and I know those feelings are real. I have so many people and friends, and the person that was very close to me that, feel like this. And, with the Miss USA, um, nobody thought that she was feeling those feelings, and I guess the day before, she posted like Instagram pictures and stuff. So you never know how somebody is struggling on the inside. So don't ever, you know, dismiss their feelings because that's how they really feel. However, they say it is what they're really feeling if they ever say it. And in nursing we say, like, the pain is what the patient says it is, right? So there's been times, guilty, that we've seen a patient, they're like, my pain's a 10 out of 10, and they're like hanging out on their phone or like they're laughing and stuff, and you're just like, what? But maybe it is a 10 out of 10 to them. We don't know. I don't know what they rate as a 10, right? So maybe, if everybody, we always say, like, check on your quiet friends, because maybe they're like suffering in silence. Maybe they don't want to burden anybody for how they really feel. But just know, if this is you, it's not a burden, okay? Come reach out to someone. Everybody doesn't believe in talking to counselors or whatever the case may be. They don't think it's going to help. But talking to someone someone that you can trust, even a stranger that may not see you ever again, and maybe you can form a bond with them. Maybe they'll help you and be there for you. I don't know. Just reach out to someone. Um, but yeah, it's always it's so scary and sad. And I know I had a coworker that her son committed suicide, and everybody always asks again, what happened? Why did they do this? Or do you know what happened? And you know, uh, I don't think you'll ever know. I don't think anybody will ever know because you're not inside of them. I know the person that I was very close to, and I'm not trying to indulge too much information because then people will definitely know. But they struggled with some issues of like trying to be perfect all the time, right? And so um, it just nothing was enough. Nothing was perfect enough, and that was very hard for that person. And they struggled with it, and again, was masked by jokes and all kinds of stuff, and or anger, like very angry all the time. So never would have thought that one day, um, you know, they're not here anymore. Try not to break down and cry, but um, it's a serious situation, and you can't ever get those moments back, and you can't bring them back, unfortunately. So just really hug your loved ones, kiss them, tell them you love them. If you're fighting with somebody and you've been at odds with them, reach out to them and be like, hey, how are you doing? That's important. It's important for people to know, even me sometimes, people I haven't talked to in a long time. Hey, how you doing? Or if somebody posts something that's scary or seems like they're threatening something, for goodness sake, reach out to them. I've done that. Even if I've never met the person in my life, I've reached out to them and said, hey, are you okay? And sometimes they might not answer you back, but sometimes they do, and they say, well, this happened, that happened, this happened, that happened. And at least you listen to them. And they're like, okay, thanks for listening. I had another time where this girl wrote that kind of stuff and was like, I just can't do this anymore and all this stuff. And I messaged her, I was like, what's going on? And she was like, I just can't afford food for the baby, blah, blah, blah. So I let her have $40. She seems to be doing okay. I don't know. But the point is, like, hopefully that helped her in the moment. But just, you know, it's a very serious topic, and I'm, not trying to go in too deep, but just know that you're loved. I love you. If you need to talk to me, my page is on Facebook is Danielle Stroman. I put everything as Danielle Boer on here just because that's my divorce name is Stroman. But if you want to reach out to me on Facebook, it's Danielle Stroman. Instagram is Danielle Stroman 82. I have several pages like for my photography and different things, but that's my personal pages. Always feel like you can reach out to me or somebody. No judgments, okay? That's not what this is about. It's about you just having somebody to listen to and to know that you're important. Last thing I really want to say is, as a nurse, when I was in the ICU, I had patients that either they would overdose and they would still live, thank goodness, or they would literally try to kill themselves. And once they came to, I would ask them like, hey, what's going on in your life? And just listen to them. What's your situation? Like, do you have kids? Do you talk to your parents? Or like, what happened to you? Or why do you feel this way? And I would talk to them, and that meant the world to me. And a couple of times it was a couple of the people that like literally this woman was always overdosing. And one day, so I talked to her, sat down on the bed. This is way before COVID. Would sat down on the bed with them and looked them in the eye, and just listen to them and talk to them. And she told me, thank you for treating me like a human. I'm like, yeah, you are a human, no problem. And one day in our little tiny town in Ohio, I saw her like at the fair, Betty Zane Days. If y'all are from Ohio and you know what's going on, like I saw her like at Betty Zane Days, and she looked so different, right? Um, and she like grabbed me, and I looked at her and I was like, "Hi," and she told me who she was, and she said that she's clean now, and what a feeling! Like that was an amazing feeling. I mean, just listening like is important, guys. Okay, that could be something that saves somebody's life. It's just listening and let them know that yes, you're a human too, no matter what your situation is. Um, Say they are doing drugs or something or whatever, but they just need somebody to listen to them. Everybody's a human, okay? Everybody, I think, like, probably every one of us has some kind of illness or something that we are going through that we don't talk about. Um, and it may be embarrassing or whatever, or somebody in our family. But get help, even if it means talking to your best friend or talking to another person that doesn't know your whole history and may not judge you based off of interactions with them. Um, please, please reach out to someone, okay? You're loved and you're important. And if you have somebody in your family that committed suicide or has some serious mental issues, I just want you to know I understand how it feels, and if you ever want to like message me about that, um, I would love to talk to you about those things. Um, and thank you so much for watching. And if I ever touch you in any way or give you some kind of message that you would like, that you felt helped you, please subscribe, share my videos, whatever you want to do. That means a lot to me. So you guys have a great day, and know that you're not alone.